Oh, it's dark time right now, really dark. Outside with and face the bully right now, just chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's really dark. I had to pull my car over and see if I could get me some different light. Cause I know right now I've been just talking about these dogs and how they supposed to look, and they'll never look like that again. You know what I'm saying? We already know this. They'll never look like the ruffian, the actual ruffian dog again. They'll never actually look like the the actual Ryan dog, the actual Staffordshire. You know, because the breed has really done changed. It's evolved. It's done its own thing. You know, and as much as people don't want to really go there and say, yeah, it's evolved, it's changed. Much as you don't want to say it because you got the older dogs, you know, you still have those dogs. You know, you still have the dogs that made Bully, that created the American Bully. You still have some of these dogs. And for, you know, just to sit here and say that the breed is evolving and we got new dogs now versus the dogs that we had before. Yeah, man, that's kind of hard on a lot of people. That's kind of hard because a lot of American Bully people ain't ready for evolution. And that's just all. That's just really the gist of it. You know, a lot of people understand about headpieces. We all know that you're supposed to have a nice headpiece. You know, we all know that. You know, you're supposed to have a nice headpiece, 36 inches. You know, and a big old headpiece. But a lot of people understanding too that it comes from different dogs. All this stuff is coming from different dogs. It ain't the fact that we don't like the dogs that you putting in there. It's just that everybody isn't doing it because they don't even know what you put in there. We can see clearly at times that the dogs look bulldogish, even though that you probably didn't put a bulldog in it. You probably didn't even put a bulldog in it. At least, you know, you probably didn't put no English bulldog in there. You didn't put no Frenchie in there. You ain't got a different dog. I mean, they might try to exclude the boxer, but you know, with the colors that's popping up, and the colors didn't come from the Staffy, because some of those boxer colors are the same colors as some of the Staffies. Those boxers also have those black points that people like, tan points and stuff that people are starting to get. You got to look at dogs who carry those points. It's the Staffy and the boxer is one of them. But a lot of people ain't gonna tell you they put no boxer in their program. They ain't gonna say they put no miniature boxer in their program. They ain't even gonna tell you they used any bulldogs in the programs, but we already know it had to be a bulldog to change the feature. It had to be a bulldog that changed that feature. And you don't have to tell nobody nothing. However you breed your dog is how you want to breed your dog. But it's still a standard with the registry. There's still a thing called a standard with the registry. So whether you tell anybody what you did to this American Bully to make it a bully, what you call an American Bully, because it's an evolutionized bully. The bullies are new now. They're not the same. They're not the same. They have gotten so small. The bullies have gotten so small, like small. It's kind of like almost terrible, man. It's kind of like almost terrible to see the bully just change so many different features. It's kind of like almost terrible. It's kind of like, you know, and you know, it's bad because people will ridicule you if you don't like what's popping. It's a 20-year-old breed. We know it's a 20-year-old breed. And it's time for it to change now. And you have to go along with the evolution. See, the dog isn't changing. It's people changing the dog, putting in new stuff in that dog. That's exactly what they're doing. And they don't put it on the paperwork. They won't put it on the paperwork. And if you got enough sense to know what they did, then you know what I mean, you better be quiet just like they did. And let the evolution take place. That's just like crazy right there. If you're gonna evolutionize, I ain't against evolution. I'm not against it. I mean, you want to put a different dog into the bully, right? I'm not against it. But can we know what dog it is? Do we have do we get a choice to know what that dog is? Or is you just gonna change the dog and not let nobody know what dog you used to change the dog? It's very, very, very mean, and very fucked up to a lot of people who still own those dogs, those old school dogs. It's almost like they ain't got a home now because of this new breed of dog. And it's so small. And almost every single one of them is an extreme dog now. When they small like that, they come extreme anyway. And they keep talking about evolution. But the dog we've already seen before. You just putting a name on it. You just putting a name on that extreme. We've already seen the extreme. Most people already had extremes throughout their whole lives. They just never called them extreme. But they had them. Yeah, some people with some badass extremes. Way before the registry even said it's cool to throw them out. But you never seen them, and they never took them to a dog show. They never did. Now it's a fad. And you got to follow the fad. I mean, but damn, it's going to be another fad after that one. You're going to have a yard full of these fad dogs. And then it's going to be another fad right after that one. It ain't going to stop. It ain't going to stop because everybody going to keep complaining and saying it's a new breed. It's a new breed. It's going to take on new features. It ain't supposed to, but okay. It's a new breed. It's going to take on new features. It's not supposed to take on new features, but okay. I mean, you have a breeding stock for American Bully. Your breeding stock is the Ruffian dog, the Ryan dog, the Watchdog, the Band dog, the Pit Bull Terrier, Staffordshire Terrier. That's your breeding stock. Supposed to be. Excuse me, something in my eye. Supposed to be. That's your breeding stock. Whenever your dog get too tight, go take it to a staff. I mean, your stock. This your stock. And when you ain't got nothing to breed your dog to, go take it to, most of y'all don't want to take it to no pit bull. And I can understand because I own a dog right now. She's heavy. She's bully, right? But she's heavy pit. She's heavy pit. She's a nice dog. She's a beautiful dog. Sweet as hell, man. I mean, this is the sweetest dog ever. But if you leave her out and anything is out, a bag, another animal, a chicken, a cat, another dog, trash, shoes, cords, she just eats up every damn thing, man. I'm serious. The dog will eat up any damn thing. The dog will eat up any and everything. And I like the dog, you know what I'm saying? But right now, I got her outside on the chain. Right now, and it's about 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night. And I got her outside, chained up. She got a nice long chain. She got plenty of room to move. But I don't want no dog that I have to have chained up. See, I gotta realize this right now with Bright Eyes. She done got older. She was a real beautiful dog. She's been on Face the Bully ever since she was a little puppy. She's a very beautiful dog. But as she matures, her pit bull nature comes out. And it didn't came out bad. But am I supposed to take this dog and go breed it to a bulldog because her pit bull nature then came out? You got to understand what breeds you got. The dog gonna mess up something. See, y'all trying to make American bullies that don't mess up nothing. They just sit there all day long. They just sit there. No, I'm not trying to make no bully like that. The dog gonna mess up something. That's what it's gonna do. You know, the dog is gonna mess up something, and you know, it might be a shoe to get tore up. It might be a book. I done seen controllers to PS5s and Xbox 360s get tore up. But you gotta you gotta really recognize the breed that you're fooling with, that you're messing with. It's not a dog that's gonna sit there and watch TV with you. It ain't gonna do that. The new dogs will, because you shove so much bulldog into the dog, and people need to be truthful. People need to be truthful and just start saying and putting it on the paperwork that we are giving this dog evolution. We're making this dog evolution. Start putting the dogs on the paperwork, the bulldog you bred to. That's the only thing we saying. Start putting the bulldogs on there. You cannot evolutionize with the two same dogs you've been breeding with. Evolution ain't gonna take place. It's only going to take place when you add that dog that you did not put on your paperwork. I don't know why, but you want somebody to sit here and go along with this evolution stuff. Okay, we'll go along with it. But what dogs made these dogs evolutionize like they doing? What dogs? See, because I can't go along with the dogs that's just taking on new shape, forms, and fashions, but the paperwork stay the same. The paperwork didn't take on no new shape, form, or fashion. Ain't no new dog on there in no shape, form, or fashion. Ain't no new dog on there. So when is you going to put some of the new dogs on the paperwork? Like the real AKC dog that you use, because I know some of y'all use the AKC dog. But you don't want the world to know, but the world has to go along with your evolution. We probably wouldn't have no problem with evolution if we knew what evolution was. What is it? How can you tell me to go along with something that I don't even know what is? If I don't know what your evolution is, how can you tell me to go along with it? That's the thing that bothers me right there the most. Like, we supposed to go along with evolution in a dog? How? What made your dog evolutionize? Can I use that dog in my program? Because if you don't tell me what dog you used and you got a new dog, that's a form of cheating the game, man. That's not just cheating the game, but that's also giving other people the right to go breed to a dog themselves. And don't put it on the paperwork. And then tell one of y'all that it's an evolutionized dog. See, it sound like you talking to a retarded person sometime when you mention shit like this. How is the American bully taking on a new shape, form, or fashion if the dog that you used isn't on the paperwork? Don't that dog, if you use a Chinese bulldog to evolutionize your American bully, then you should have the Chinese bulldog on your paperwork. But you don't. You don't got the Chinese bulldog on your paperwork. If you used motherfucking any bulldog of any shape, form, or fashion, Frenchies in English of any shape, form, or fashion, then you should have the Frenchie or the English on your paperwork, because this is evolution. It's cool to breed to these dogs if we need to refresh our blood. Nope, you don't have them on the paperwork. You don't have them on the paperwork. I like all dogs, trust me. I like all the dogs. What I don't like is some of the dog owners and the lies that they tell to try to get us to believe it. I don't understand how a dog could take on evolution if you don't let us know what dog it bred to evolutionize. That's just, now you really done went too far with this breeding stuff. Now you really done went too far now. Now you really done went too far. You really done went too far now. Now you putting dogs in the program that we don't even know what they are. You really didn't, no. Oh, no, that's just not cool. Ain't nothing cool about that. You hiding pedigrees? You hiding breeds? That's called hiding a breed, man. You are literally sitting here hiding a breed. Yeah, you hiding the breed that you put inside the bully. We don't know what you put in it. But you got an extreme, and the bully is evolutionizing now. What you mean? Where's the dog that's did all of this? He ain't on the paperwork. I don't see no Australian Shepherds on no paperwork. I don't see no Great Danes on no paperwork. I don't see no Catahoula Bulldogs on no paperwork. Catahoula Leopard Dog, I don't see that on the paperwork. No. I don't see no Dachshunds. No Harlequin Dachshunds. You got all these colors and evolutionized, but I don't see this shit on the paperwork. I don't see a miniature pinscher on the paperwork. I don't see no Frenchies on no paperwork. You ain't gonna see no English Bulldog on no paperwork. You ain't gonna see that. But it's an evolution. How? How? Somebody tell me, how is this evolutionizing? See, it seems like a whole bunch of people using drugs. I smoke weed every day. And if I told your ass, well, I'm getting ready to evolutionize this dog, and you tell me how, well, shit. I was thinking about making him shorter, so I might go and throw a Frenchie to him. Oh, yeah, I put it on the paperwork. I don't care. I put it on the paperwork. I threw a Frenchie to him. Made him shorter. Or, this dog over here, I don't like how short she is. What you gonna do about that? Shit, I'm gonna throw her to a Borbal. You gonna throw her to a Borbal? Yeah, make her pick up some size. I'll put the Borbal on the paperwork. But is it just me? Or you know what? Am I supposed to lie too? See, that's the problem. That's why I don't believe in your evolution. Until you tell me what other dog you use to evolutionize a bully program, that's just a lie. You creating dogs your own way. And then y'all trying to call yourself hiding this stuff. This stuff is meant to be hid. Come on, man. The bully has a history. See, that's the cold part about the American bully, is it has a history. It has a history of dogs that actually bred this dog. It has a history. These are they are dogs nobody wanted. You know what I'm saying? When they were breeding, like a person would have a litter of pit bulls, and there'd be 3 dogs that would make the cut. Well, those 3 dogs were the main dogs that started American Bully. Then you go over here to the Staffordshire Terrier, and they have 6 dogs, and it'd be 2 dogs that didn't make the cut. Well, those 2 dogs would be 2 dogs added to the program to make the American Bully. See, it was dogs that didn't make the cut. And it's probably still dogs that don't make the cut, but they're being used as breeding tools. Well, there's a dog missing. You know the dog that's missing is the dog that made y'all extreme. Who made y'all extreme? I don't know, man. I don't know who made these dogs extreme. Can somebody help? Who made the dogs extreme, and why the dogs ain't on the paperwork? And why do everybody got to go along with your evolution? That's crazy. Why everybody got to go along with evolution, bro? When you ain't being truthful about the evolution. The dogs aren't on the paperwork that made the dogs take on a different shape, form, or fashion. They're not even on the paperwork. And you talking about, well, people change. Don't nothing stay the same. People change. This is a dog. It's supposed to make itself look better. How? How is it making itself look better? By you keep continuing to breed to edge, it's just going to continue to make edge. If you keep continuing to breed to that pit bull, it's just going to continue to make pit bulls. So what the fuck did you put in there? Excuse my French, but what did you put in there to change the dog, to make it smaller? I already see the wrinkles, you know what I'm saying? And the head is so big, you can only use one dog to get a head like that. You can only use the one breed bulldog to get a head like that, or a mastiff. That's all you could use. So it's a bunch of lies being told on the extreme part. It's a bunch of lies being told. How you gonna be extreme? What dog you use to make it extreme? You won't tell nobody, will you? No, we just kept breeding the different bullies. That's a lie. You did not keep breeding the different bullies. One of those bullies bred to a different breed in order for the rest of the bullies to take on that shape, that characteristic. One of the bullies had to go and breed to another breed. Why isn't that other breed on the paperwork? But yet and still, it's a new dog. It is going to be a new dog. Every time you breed to another dog, it's going to be a new dog. That's damn, man, that's stupid. We used to call dogs like that mutts. Anytime you take a dog and breed it to another dog, you take a bulldog and breed that motherfucker to a German Shepherd or something, that's a mutt. That ain't evolution. That ain't evolution. That is not evolution. That's a mutt. If you took a pit bull and went and bred that bitch to a Rottweiler, that's a mutt. It's not evolution. You fucking tripping. That's what that is. Your dog gonna take on different shapes. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna take on different characteristics. And it's taking on different characteristics. But what made this dog change? Nobody wants to say that. But everybody will tell you that the dog has evolved. Man, stop it. Until you could tell somebody how to create that dog, then I don't think the dog is evolving. I just think you added something to it. And if it worked, you ran with it. I went and got this OD bulldoggy and stuck it to my dog, and it worked, so I ran with it. You know what I'm saying? I went and got that, and it worked. I went and found me an oversized pug. It worked, so I ran with it. I went over to my homie house. He had a red Boston Terrier. I let it breed my bully. It worked, so I ran with it. But you didn't put the red Boston Terrier on your paperwork. You didn't put that red Boston Terrier in your paperwork. I needed a new color, so I went over here and bred to the Rat Terrier. It worked, so I ran with it. You didn't put the Rat Terrier on your paperwork. You didn't put the Rat Terrier on your paperwork. So your evolution don't mean nothing to me. As a real person that been breeding dogs, throughout life, just didn't have a kennel, but breeding dogs throughout life, bro, I know what crossbreeding is, bro. I know when you take two different dogs and you mix them, you're going to get something that ain't nobody else got. Because you mixing dogs. You mixing dogs. The bully game is full of bulldog blood. It's full of bulldog blood. All these dogs out here is full of bulldog blood. It's just, man, if you ain't got bulldog in your program, you ain't really hitting right. That's real talk. If you ain't got bulldog in your bully program, you ain't really hitting right. See, this is why they tell you to get rid of your dog and go buy another dog that somebody else already done bred. Because the dog that you breeding, which is really a good dog, it'll never be what they dogs are. That'll have that mass on it and that bone. Well, you got to breed to a dog with mass and bone. This is going to be explained and talked about over and over and over and over again. People have been breeding pit bulls for years, ain't been coming up with your mass and bone. They've been breeding Staffordshire Terriers and Bull Terriers for years. and ain't been coming up with your mass and bone. When you breed to a bulldog, you're going to come up with mass and bone. And if you double breed that bulldog, you're going to come up with more mass and bone and a big old head. But you'll never see these types of dogs on no paperwork. And that's the part that, seem like you just cheating the game, fam. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like, you scamming people or something in some shape, form, or fashion because you didn't tell the person that this had this in it. You didn't keep it truthful. You're not being truthful. The person had to find out along the way that this dog had this breed of dog in it. And you want to know how most people find out? Because some of them dogs be having medical problems. And the medical problems that they have only occur in certain breeds. Y'all wouldn't be worried about weak rears if y'all wouldn't be breeding to that bulldog so much. You wouldn't even be worried about a weak rear. I got a bulldog in the house right now with a weak rear. It's just in their genetics, man. It's just in their nature. They're going to have a weak rear. So when your bully has a weak rear with this massive head, though, and all this bone, he just taking on the problems that his genetics, already had. But you ain't going to tell nobody what his genetics is. I don't get it, man. The American bully community will not tell you that they breed bulldogs. And to be truthful, the American bully community does. The only way you're going to take on that shape, form, or fashion is with a bulldog. That's just it. I ain't trying to ruffle no feathers or step on no toes. I love the bully. But damn, man, come on, man. You can't tell the truth about your dog, then you know what? You just making a mutt. That's just it. It ain't no such thing as a soup with me. I never had a bulldog gumbo. I never had a pit bull stew. I never had none of that stupid shit. I just know with dogs, when you crossbreed them dogs, what happens. You can't call it evolution either. There's people out here breeding pits right now, they ain't evolutionizing. Breeding staffs right now, they ain't taking on new shapes. But then you breed a bully, you don't know what the hell you're going to get. And that's just a fact. So, I know a lot of people don't really like to even talk about the American bully. Because when you talk about it, you got to get on them. You can't never even say they pretty no more. Which one are you talking about that's pretty? Which one are you talking about? You can't even say they pretty no more. Just a real fact, man. You know what I mean? And I like the bully, but damn, it didn't win so many different ways. With this dog, it's pathetic. Your bully look like your bully. My bully look like my bully. Our bullies don't look the same. My bully is short. Your bully is tall. His bully is white. His bully is Merle. His bully is gray. The fuck? Which one is a bully? We don't even know which one is a bully. You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know which one is a bully no more. And that's a shame. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's a shame. Y'all ain't put the dogs on the paperwork. So therefore, we don't know what the dogs are. It is what it is, man. Nobody know what no damn bully is. The bully gonna end up like the pit bull. You don't know what really bred it. It's gonna end up just like the pit bull. You don't know what really bred that motherfucker. Everything went in that gumbo soup, that stupid soup. I ain't never had no pit bull soup, and I don't want none. But to have a nice pit bull dog would be just fine. To have a nice bully dog would be great. But what's a bully? This brand new evolution of dogs y'all won't even tell us what they are, won't even put it on the paperwork, but we gotta run with it. Nope, that's not evolution. It's the bully.